If your wetsuit feels like a straitjacket, and given the choice you'd prefer a non-wetsuit swim to a wetsuit swim, you're not alone. But a wetsuit should help you swim. It should reduce your swim anxiety and make you swim faster. So keep watching as I give you some tips and tricks on how to make your wetsuit work for you, not against you. The first thing to know about your wetsuit is that it has to fit properly. There are two aspects to this. First, getting the right size and shape wetsuit. And secondly, putting it on properly. We should probably point out here that you have to get the right type of wetsuit too. A surf wetsuit is a very different thing to a swim wetsuit, and they are not interchangeable. Do not try and swim your triathlon in a surf wetsuit. So how do you know what size is correct? Start by consulting the size chart. Wetsuit manufacturers create in-depth size charts with your height and weight, and I would say most people can actually use that. Now, triathletes in their wisdom tend to consult the size chart and then go down a size because they need a tighter suit, or go up a size because they need a looser suit. But that may have been true of your previous wetsuit. It may even be true of a different brand, but I would say 95% or more of people should actually go with exactly the size prescribed by the size chart. A word of warning here. The second-hand wetsuit market is healthy, and you can get a really good deal on a second-hand wetsuit. But it isn't a good deal if it doesn't fit you. So be flexible on the age, on the price, even the wear and tear, but don't be flexible on the size. It might look like a good deal, but it isn't a good deal if it's one size too big or too small for you. So try it on and make sure it fits properly. In fact, it's probably best if we show you this. Start with some bags or socks over your feet and slide your wetsuit up onto the lower leg and then high up the lower leg. Then gradually pull it up to your waist, as high as you can on your waist. Get your legs properly sorted before moving on. Then use those same bags or socks over your hands. Get it onto your arms and then work it up your arms and up your torso. Fold and roll, don't yank. Once you've worked it all the way up your arms, getting the space towards your shoulders, you can start adjusting it again from the bottom all the way up again. Close the suit zip and then start again and work it all up again. Get it wet, move it around, and mostly up the body once more. Now, unlike a t-shirt, which simply falls into place when you put it on, or even a tri-suit, which you could tug into place if it doesn't feel quite right while you go through your triathlon, a wetsuit is made up of a whole bunch of panels of clingy neoprene, and it's almost impossible to adjust it once you're swimming. So it is vitally important that you get it into the right position and comfortable position before you get in the water. Remember to pull it all up towards your armpits. That is where you want the extra space and movement. This is a good time to think about getting it off quickly too. A bit of lube around the ankles helps a lot. Just don't get on your hands. Use gloves or a bag. Swimming with baby oil on your hands is like running with oil on your feet. Now I have some bad news for you. No matter how much you spent on your wetsuit, it is not going to feel amazing straight out of the box. You have to loosen it up and you have to get used to it. So you have to swim in it as much as possible before race day. Don't try and keep it pristine and brand new for race day like you are doing with your running shoes. Yeah, I see you with the brand new race day running shoes. A wetsuit wears in. It doesn't wear out. At least, not for a while anyway. Not only do you have to wear in the suit, you also have to get used to the slightly different body position, the slightly different arm movement, and a little bit of resistance in your shoulders. Yes, even the best wetsuit in the world is going to provide some resistance in your shoulders that you have to get used to. A tip when you're swimming with a wetsuit: because you are floating a little bit better and you have some buoyancy, it is tempting to slow down your arm cadence because you don't have to rapidly get to the next stroke to keep your balance. However, this can be a mistake. It is actually often better to increase your arm cadence with a wetsuit to overcome any chop or any other challenges out in the open water rather than slowing it down. So be conscious of this and increase that arm cadence rather than slowing it down. It's also worthwhile practicing taking off your wetsuit. I know you aren't bothered by this. All your focus is on getting through the swim. You don't care how long it takes to take it off. Once you're in T1 and the swim is behind you, your life will be glorious. But there's no point in giving away all those time gains by having one final wrestling match with your wetsuit in front of a very amused crowd. We're pretty certain that if you do everything we've suggested in this video, you'll come to love your wetsuit And you'll wish your relationship with your current wetsuit would have gone a lot longer. So make sure it lasts as long as possible by looking after it. A few tips on caring for your wetsuit. Firstly, rinse it after you've used it, particularly if you've used it in a pool. Chlorine is not your wetsuit's friend, but also if you've been in a sea swim. In fact, just rinse it after every use. And then don't dump it damp in the corner of your garage. Make sure you dry it completely after every use. And don't hang it while it's drying. I mean, you can hang it, but if you're going to hang it by the middle like this. Don't hang it by the shoulders, and hang it on something as wide as possible. You don't want a wire coat hanger making a big crease down the middle of your wetsuit. And then look after it while you're actually using it. So use gloves to put it on or something over your hands. Make sure you pull it and fold it rather than digging those nails into it, because you don't want those shark bite tears in it. And when you do get those shark bite tears from your fingernails, which you will eventually get, make sure you repair them as quickly as possible. A stitch in time saves none, as they say. Although, don't stitch your wetsuit, use proper wetsuit glue to fix those things. You definitely don't want to be sewing your wetsuit. We hope all our tips today have helped you to love your wetsuit and look forward to the next wetsuit triathlon that you have. Have we missed any tips that would help you with a wetsuit? Let us know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, remember to like and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the rest of our swimming videos. Happy swimming, everyone.